Yeah.
Well, hopefully it doesn't exit out this time. Live, share, copy link, going to Twitter now. Sweet. All sent out. So we are going to start in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome, disc golfers, to the Hitting the Line podcast. I am your host, Jad, and as per usual, I am joined by my brother, Nasdog. Nas, how you doing, bruv?
Jad, it's Champions Cup week, and I love WR Jackson. I cannot wait to watch disc golf for the next few days.
WR Jackson is so good. I love that it's finally a course that all disc golfers agree is really fucking sweet.
Yeah. And I think there's still some people, I saw some complaints that it's kind of repetitive, that's a lot of the same shot over and over.
Bullshit.
But I think with those holes and how many
Can't
par
please
fours there
nobody.
are, yeah, you can't please anybody, dude. You can't please anybody. WR
Jesus
Jackson
Christ.
is world class. I've played there once before, not WR Jackson, but at that center, I played the Steady Ed course. The property is beautiful. It's in Georgia Lake Country, and when I went there, there was hardly anybody there. You walk in, there's the Hall of Fame, and there's just this feeling that for me, it was one of the first places I ever went that was like a disc golf only space. And in 2010 in Georgia, for me to drive 3 hours from the little camp that I lived at to go play that course and be in a disc golf only place where you just feel disc golf in the air there, dude. It's three
I gotta
awesome
make
courses.
my way to the International
There's
Disc Golf Center.
3 incredible courses for 3 different skill levels that you can go play. And it's awesome. I've been hyped for this. I've been waiting all year for this tournament. I love this course.
I feel like the only legitimate criticism of it, and I don't even really think it's that legitimate right now, is that you can't fit a lot of people onto the course to like watch in the woods. But for a one time a year tournament and where we're at in disc golf right now, it's something I'm not at all worried about.
Exactly. That is such a little tiny thing to worry about in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
When again, it's an incredible course, and who cares for 3-4 holes? Someone can't see what's exactly happening. Like, I don't know. That doesn't seem to bother me.
You'll see it. Hashtag watch live disc golf.
Yeah. There's epic disc golf happening in those woods. And whether I was there or not, I don't think I really care. So
anyways, so we are in Appling, Georgia.
Yeah.
So we are in Appling, Georgia, for our first major of the year, the Champions Cup at WR Jackson. And it's a good one so far. We're coming at you after round 1. We still have 3 more rounds to go. I love that it's 4 rounds.
Yep. Major, baby.
Yeah, and it's been good. Before we get started and start diving into things, Nas, would you say a word for our sponsors that are bringing us here today?
Yeah, of course, we want to shout out our sponsors, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the app/website that we use to play daily fantasy disc golf. And if you head onto their website and you use our promo code HTL, they will match you on your deposit up to $100. And they were our first ever sponsor. Shout out to them. And of course, I want to give a shout out to Dark Ace Disc Golf. Boom. Got my hoodie on right here. Dark Ace Disc Golf Apparel does a wonderful job of blending the 2 worlds of disc golf and kind of heavy metal music. So if you want some heavy metal themed disc golf apparel, head over to darkaceapparel.com. Check them out. St. Louis based company, really cool. George and the crew has been super supportive of us. And then we want to shout out Till Death Disc Club, both of us with our hats. Look at how sick those are if you're watching on the live.
Where we at? Where we at?
You've got that one. I've got the snapback. I have mine that has that same logo upstairs. It goes good with my new Greg Barsby heavy metal t-shirt. That goes so perfectly with it. And I want to talk about Greg later. But yeah, shout out to our sponsors, Till Death Disc Club. Play disc golf for life till death. Glide or die.
Do we have a promo code for them? I'm not sure if you said it.
It is HTL Pod if you go onto their website, and they are giving you 15% off your order. Like I said, they've got the hats,
that's a legit
shirts. Deal. That's a legit deal. It's not just 10. You're getting 15%.
It ain't no free shipping. 15%
it ain't no free shipping. 15% off a dope hat like this or the one that you have on. So please check out our 3 sponsors: Prize Picks, Dark Ace Apparel, and Till Death Disc Club.
Yes, sir. So before we jump into all things Champions Cup related, we didn't record last week. We had a Silver Series event last week. It was the Tallahassee Open. It's just been a couple slow weeks heading into the Champions Cup. Is there anything that we need to mention maybe beforehand, or should we just get right into it? I feel like everybody's pretty caught
Yeah,
up. Or...
it's kind of in the past. I think we could sit down and have a fun talk about Silver Series and those types of tournaments, if they are like what they should be like, because it feels kind of, I think there should be like almost a ratings cutoff and almost turn Silver Series and or like into more like a not a B league, but the tournaments that maybe those
it'll be
same
a type of
weekends as,
qualifier in the future.
yeah, I think so. Just seeing Chris Dickerson go out and beat
Beat
the rest
everybody.
of the field. Yeah, it's like I expect him to win that because he's elite. The guys he's playing with, they all have a chance to win that tournament if he's not there. And it's not that I don't want Chris Dickerson to win. But I think in the future, that could be something that the Silver Series a lot more like, yeah, get all your 980 to 1015 rated guys or 1010 rated guys, like maybe make it so it's like that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
So Silver Series is fun. It's cool to see some new folks win over that week. But I've really been watching WR Jackson in the past tournaments here for the past like week and a half. So I've been waiting for that. Yeah. Do we want to recap kind of where we were? Either do we want to get into the board first? Do we want to talk about?
Let's get into the standings. I got them pulled up right here.
Okay.
After one round, I feel like the course played slightly softer than maybe expected, maybe 1 to 2 strokes. While the hot round came in what you would expect, around 11 down. There's a bunch of 10s, 9s, and 8s, whereas before when this was played in 2019, I don't think there was as many, but there also wasn't as many elite guys there.
Yes.
The game's progressing, different. And I know they trimmed up some of the edges of the woods. So I think the course is playing about 2 strokes easier this year.
I don't know. Two feels like a lot, but I think you're in that park. I think
1.5.
When I texted you earlier this week, I said that I thought a 10 down would be very hot. And so 11 was very hot. But you're right, lots of 10s. But this is, I think, the deepest field and the most experienced field that we've ever had at this course.
Exactly.
Like a lot of these guys now have played this course in this tournament or a variation of this tournament many times.
Yeah.
And just the level of competition is getting better. Like Drew Gibson is out here shooting a 9 down, and it's only good for tied for 9th.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of what I meant by playing soft is the hot score is still hot, but there's so many people that are pushing that hot score.
Yes. And gosh, it's going to make for an exciting few rounds, dude. Cause no one would have thought we'd see Corey Ellis and Casey White at the very top.
Cool. So yeah, let's do it. We got Corey Ellis and Casey White tied for first. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. You could say tied for second, but it's technically tied for third. 1 stroke back. We have 6 people, 1 stroke back. It's James Conrad, Matty O, Ricky Wysocki, the Heimborg, Matt Bell, and Andrew Marweed. Handful of 9s and 8s, including Drew Gibson, Andrew Presnell, Greg Barsby. John Willis is a name that you might not expect to see up there. Chandler Fry pulled together an 8 down.
Nice.
Mason Ford 8 down. Ezra 8 down. Lori Leitonen 8 down. And then I think the 7 downs is probably about as bad as you're going to be able to shoot if you want to compete for first. Yeah. And those 7s right now include Paul Macbeth, Kevin Jones, some other no names like Isaac Robinson, Randon Latta, Luke Sampson. Joel Freeman snuck in a 7 down, Gannon Burr, and Evan Smith, who was like 15 or 16. He was the Am World's champ last year. He snuck in.
He took a double bogey, but other than the double bogey was, he shot really well. So
yeah,
interesting.
So again, I think if you want to compete
at
for
-6.
Yeah, Feldberg -6.
Feldberg.
Anyone that you shocked you besides Feldberg? I think maybe the Nico only shooting a -4 was a little bit shocking.
That was definitely shocking for me. I think seeing Yuli shoot a -5 is awesome.
I think that was great for him. Yeah.
I think Brody shot a hot back 9 and finished 4 down.
Hold on, 3 people that we haven't mentioned yet. The Crush triplets shot terrible today.
Yeah, what is up with
Discmania is out of it.
Discmania is they're out of it. Win this tournament, yeah.
Eagle McMahon 2 down after 1 round. Eagle McMahon 2 down. Simon Lazat, and we'll get into that. Round 1, 1 down, and then Kyle Klein shot a 1 down. That's like a 980 rated round or 970.
So combined, they didn't. Yeah, that's not very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was pretty impressive that Brody, I think, started off 3 over or 2 over through the front 9 and then got 2 eagles.
He was the only person in the field to get 2 eagles.
Yeah, 2 eagles and 2 birdies on the back. Pretty impressive back nine there. That if he can clean up a double bogey and this bogey, he is literally right up in there in the top 20 scores. So,
Hopping
Chris
over to
Clemens,
FPO.
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
hopping
go
over
ahead.
to FPO. I watched FPO this morning, and let me say, at least the couple feature cards, it was really nervy, and I think that's kind of
Yeah,
been consistent from the women this year on the first round. And I would imagine so. I mean, they have way more competition now than ever. Like the
yeah,
MPO, probably a
totally.
little bit used to competition. The FPO used to just be Paige and Kat, and then whoever else. But
Yeah,
now, I
that is
mean,
not
there's
the
there's
case anymore.
five, six girls who can win it on any weekend right now, at least. So I thought it was nervy. So when we get into prize picks, I'll talk about that. I really think the women are the routes to a lot of the unders this week, or I mean tomorrow for round 2. But Holly Finley and Haley King both coming in with the hot round of -4, tied for first.
Yeah,
Evelina and Kristen, our Europeans, are 1 stroke back. Sarah Hokum, playing her consistent golf.
get it.
Uh, yeah, I mean, she only grabbed 3 birdies, probably the least out of everybody on this top whatever, but only taking 1 bogey, and that's just
Yeah,
Sarah Hokum's game.
that's Sarah
That's her
Hokum for
game.
you, dude. You gotta
Um,
love it. You gotta love it.
Alexis Manduhanu, not Val, but Alexis Manduhanu tying Sarah Hokum, Maria Oliva shortly back, and Missy Gannon taking a bogey on 18 to slip back a little bit. But yeah, Paige Pierce sitting at an even. She took a triple. That was tough to watch this morning. Katrina Allen shooting an
Yeah.
even. To me,
Kat just I think she had a low circle 1 today
yeah,
and a couple
and
bogeys,
and
only
all of her
2,
jump
3
putts were
birdies.
just missing. So I fully expect
Yeah,
her to bounce back. I
totally.
fully
Yeah,
expect Paige Pierce to bounce
you see
back.
Paige, Kat, and Kat here at all tied for 11th, all within 4 strokes, and there's still 3 more rounds to play.
Yeah, it's anybody's game in the women's
Yeah,
field.
it's
So
anybody's. This is gonna be pretty fun to watch.
even someone like Kona Panis, who's sitting at +2, if she could figure out a putt, could easily come back and win this thing.
She could shoot a
Um,
6, dude. There's no reason she
Dude,
couldn't shoot
so
a 6.
easy. She parked hole 1 on the second shot, and then she parked holes 2 and 3 and missed the circle 1 putt. It was so tough to watch. And then like double and putted a couple other holes where she turned birdie looks into bogeys, and it's
Yeah.
no need to get
Man,
into that now,
we
but
don't
we
need to
all
get into that.
understand.
Yeah. We definitely get it. Yeah, so pretty, I think, exciting first day. I did not even look to see how my entries played out. We definitely both missed one.
Yeah.
Do we want to
So
do we want to go into our picks?
sure. Well, just going into prize picks, I had a couple 5-pick flexes as well as the power play that I posted on our Twitter. The power play was a Eagle McMahon over, I believe it was like a 60, and Simon Lizotte under a 65.
Yeah.
Simon had the push, which in prize picks, if a push is paired with a winner, you make profit on it. He had the push going into 18,
Yeah.
which 18 was probably the easiest hole of the day, if not probably top 3 easiest. If you just look at the top like 20 people in MPO, there's 1 bogey and everything else is all 3s or 4s. So actually, I really do think 18 probably played the easiest hole on the entire day. And so all we needed was a par out of Simon to crush that one, and he ends up taking a double bogey. There's like not even OB on the course, and he found a way to go out of bounds. Fucking unders. And so that's just such a bad beat, man. It was brutal.
Yeah, that is a bad beat for. Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at the stats. Hole 18 at played 0.53 under. Hole 16 played 0.5 under the par. So
18 was
hole
the easiest
18,
hole on the course, and all I needed was a par out of him, and he gets a double
53% of
bogey,
the
bro.
field birdied.
Brutal, man.
And the other 7% eagled, 29% parred, 8% single bogey. So Simon was one of very few players to double bogey that hole today.
3 people total.
Probably literally the only person.
It's 3 people total.
Well, yeah, that's a bad beat. Okay, so that's okay.
Yeah, whatever.
My flex, this is a first for me. Missed every single one on my 4-pick flex.
And I even had a couple 5-pick flexes that would have paid me out my 10x if Simon gets there. So it was brutal for me.
So yeah, if Simon gets there, so Ricky, I had over 59. Of course, he shot a 58 today. Like I thought he would shoot hot, but I didn't necessarily think double digits, or I thought he would shoot well, but I thought a 10 would be the hottest and that he would be a stroke or 2 off of that.
Yeah. And he was.
And he was a stroke or 2 off the hot score. I had Simon, of course, with the under. We missed that with that double bogey. I had Gannon Burr over 62. He shot a 61. I thought again he would shoot good, but not great today. And Adam Hammis, I really expected him to shred under 62.5, and he shot he shot 1 over. So yeah, I got scraped. There's nothing else I can say. And I also played that Simon Eagle power play with the Joel Embiid half point over.
Brutal. You do like 8x or 10x right there.
And so yeah, that's a 1%er, I guess.
Yeah, it was tough.
But we have things to look forward to. We have tomorrow to look forward to, round 2.
Yeah, will you pull up that board? I'm trying to load mine. I don't want to exit out of my phone here. So I had to go live I had to go live stream here on my phone, y'all, because the Wi-Fi in this RV park is not great, combined with the fact that random stormy winds are happening right now. So kind of nervous to pull it up on my phone.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the board here. Let's go to the board.
I'll tell you what I was really feeling when I looked at the board. Brody Smith over. They had him like at a 6 down. I just took that thinking he could still shoot pretty good, like a 5 down. I have him
at a 63, 5 down.
So it's moved. It
has moved. People were hitting.
Yeah, because I was smashing him on the over, and then I think all of the women plays are feasible for unders. Paige Pierce could easily shoot a 4 down. Evelina you only need a 1 down out of Evelina.
Yeah, dude. Today if she doesn't hit
+1, they have her as a 1 over.
But what did she shoot today?
Hold on, probably something close to that, but a 1 over is extremely feasible.
Totally, it's feasible. She's not the one I would probably trust.
She shot a 2 over with a triple bogey and a double bogey back to back.
Yeah, I think this course is definitely scoreable for the ladies.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess
Hannah did get an eagle today. So
okay, I could definitely see that play
under all day. Katrina Allen could hit that 4 under. Katrina Allen is the one I'm least confident in. I love the Kristen Tatar 3 under. I thought she didn't even play that well today. Let me tell you, Kristen's got this awesome silent confidence about her. She was the only one that was not playing. She was the only one not playing nervy out of the women on that feature card. She's just casually stepping up to 30 footers, not even taking any time and draining them. But I think she can easily do better than the 3 under. She just took a whole bunch of pars. She never got off the tee well, is what happened. So
yeah, watching her today a little bit, when she hit that like 60 footer towards the end, you just know she's feeling confident. Yeah. Like you said, she's got this silent confidence about her. Like even when she's off the fairway, she's like, yeah, I'm going to scramble with my harp. And I'm
going to hit my 30 footer.
If I have to hit a 25 or 30 footer to save par, I'm going to do it.
She's not even worried about it. And you could visibly see how shook Kona was before every 20 footer. And I mean, it's just, and we're not hating on her. Me and you were texting about it all week last week, like about how important, because you're going through some putting woes right now. And like if you are worried about that 20-25 footer when you step up, you're going to miss. It's as simple as that. You have to be,
you're right.
What was that quote in that book you gave me? You have to be excited. You have to be excited to putt because you know that you have the edge there.
Yeah. You have to have the mindset. And this was actually taken from the Disc Golf Podcast Slack. Someone posted this in the like tips forum, and it's I'm pulling it up in our chat somewhere. Here it is. It's a great quote. Putting is largely mental, and you have control over your mind and attitude. To become a good putter, you must make a commitment to good thinking. You have to fill your mind with thoughts that will help you, not excuses for poor putting. You may have to decide that come what may, you love putting, and you're glad that every hole gives you a chance to use your putter, because that's where you've got a big advantage over all the players who dread putting. So I'm trying to learn to love putting, and you can tell Kona does not, and you can tell
that Kristen has the silent confidence about her. And I just think it's very telling when you watch both of them step up to putts. It's just way different.
Yeah, totally. So you're liking a lot of those unders then. All right, let me read off some.
Well, from the women, I think they were pretty sharp with the men and are trying to make you choose a lot of 8 unders. Yeah. And in 8, a lot of people got an 8, but it's still tough to pull the trigger on 8.
Here's a stat, Jed. I got a stat for you. I saw just before we got on. 32 MPO players had 100% C1X today.
Nice.
I mean, that's something when you're saying that many people in
there's 100 people. That's a third of the field.
100% C1X, like that's some great disc golf. So scores are being hit today, but let's see. We've got Ricky Wysocki at 58.5. So he needs to shoot better than that, or he needs to shoot a 10 or better.
And that's just tough to pull the trigger on.
That could be a great over. If you want to mix in an over here, that's a great chance to do it. Paige Pierce at 64.5, so she needs to shoot a 4 down or better.
I can
Again,
take that.
very feasible. Eagle at a 6 down. Right now, that seems like a good over, but he
A
could
6 down.
But he also had a decent amount of bogeys today. I think he actually had like 6-7 birdies at least, but he did not go bogey free.
I think those bounce backs are actually the ones that you probably want to hit your unders on. Like what do they have Kyle Klein at? I'm not going to pull the trigger on Kyle Klein right now, but, so he's on fraud watch just as Kevin Jones is.
62. A 62 for
yeah,
Kyle
and
Klein.
I think that was like a 1030 something rated round, a 6 down, and that's just his rating. So if you think Kyle Klein can bounce back and shoot his rating, then go ahead and choose the under.
All right, well, how about Adam Hammes then at 61.5, less than Kyle Klein? That's an over, I think. Maybe not an under.
That's what 9 under. I mean, he's definitely got
7.
it in him.
That's a 7.
He has taken first at this tournament 2 years ago, or he tied for first.
Yeah.
7 downs, probably only like a 1040. He's shot better than 7 down in the past. You know he's capable of it. The course is full of long pushing forehands, which we know he has. So I think he's definitely somebody that if you're looking to do an under, you can. But we also know that he's one of our swingy, streaky players.
He's streaky. He's someone that I could definitely see on an over because he's going to have to shoot at least a 6 or a 7 just to stay in contention.
Yeah. And he could be the guy that shoots the 12 tomorrow. We've seen enough.
Totally. So. Yeah. Kevin Jones also 61.5. So Kevin, if he can shoot a little better than today, that could work out well.
I'll tell you what, a good finish from Kevin Jones here will do a lot for a season.
Here's someone. It's kind of interesting because they didn't put his score, or they actually have James Conrad at a 60.5, which he shot a 10 today, right? Or an 11.
He shot a 10.
Like, then they're saying they're not really respecting him on 10 strokes. They're respecting him on 7.5 strokes. So they thought that maybe either he played out of his mind or they don't really think James Conrad is that good. So if you think James can come out and do it again, and I watched his practice round, it feels like he has this course pretty dialed.
Yeah. It's actually a course. I said pushing forehands, but that's actually kind of like the easy way out. Realistically, the long sweeping turnovers are the better plays on this course.
Yeah,
he's got that.
Drew Gibson at 59.5. That's a really sharp line because he shot a 9 down today. So they're saying, can Drew go out and do it again? Simon at a 65. So 3 down. He was a 64 today, right? We had him on the under at 64. And if it was not for that triple, we hit that. So now they raise him up 1. They have him at 65.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something you could hit the under on. Simon, I didn't get to watch his round. Again, all we needed was a par on 18, and he hits that 65. I don't see him shooting much worse. He shot like a 1,000 rated round today. All you need is like a 1020 out of him. So,
yeah. Gannon Burr 60, Ezra 62, Brody Smith 63. So Brody 5 down. I think he showed today that he can score that well, but when he's off the tee, he's not scrambling as well as maybe he could have.
And I want to reiterate something that we always do every time we come on here live is that you need to hit the lines early. The Brody, it was at a 62. It was at a 6 under. It's moved a whole stroke now, and I think that 6 under, the over on that was like
that's pretty good
play. But when it pushes to the 5, it makes it much tougher to pull the trigger. So always get on the lines ASAP.
So those are the lines, and I haven't made any for tomorrow yet, but I'm looking to soon. What are your lines? So out of all of those, they also have Dickerson at a 59.
I'm mostly avoiding the men. I'm grabbing unders on Paige Pierce, Evelina, Henna, Kristen Tatar, and I had Brody on the over to mix it up. I'm mostly just playing the women, and I think Simon is a good under. That's what I got.
I think Paul or Rick Paul's at a 58.
Oh, and by the way, Eagle McMahon took a triple bogey and then bogeyed 17 and 18. So what do they have him at? A 6 or a 7 down?
They have Eagle at a 6 down, 62.
I think you can easily pull the trigger on the under there.
Yeah,
he's Eagle McMahon.
He's Eagle McMahon. Yeah, I mean that's one of those ones that because he hasn't played.
Eagle McMahon shoot a 1030 rated round. Look yourself in the mirror with your
That's the
clown
way.
mask and then say, no,
That's the thing. Yeah. If you can look yourself in the mirror and say,
Eagle
Eagle
can't shoot
cannot
at
shoot at
10:30.
10:30 tomorrow. Well, then you should
Put
take
your
the
clown
over.
mask on. Yeah.
Or you should take the under then, because that's about what that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So lots of good
I like
plays
Eagle.
for tomorrow.
I think tomorrow there are lots of good plays and lots of money to be won. I really do.
Okay. Well, let's try to make that happen. Do we want to do a bankroll challenge update for our listeners?
I was up $30 coming into this week, and now I'm down about $30. So not much happened for me.
Into this week with 145 because I think and then I made a $5 bet on the Masters, so I was down to 140, and I lost 12 today, so I'm down to 128, still up 28%.
There we go.
I'm gonna make some entries here. Probably just do maybe one flex and one power play. Again, I'm really liking Paul, I think, on an over, because he could still shoot a 9 down, which is very good. That keeps him in contention. But he's gonna have to shoot fire the next 3 rounds, I think, if he wants to keep pace with the rest of the field.
Something to note about Paul is I was watching some live while I was at work, and it looked like he was struggling today. Still shot a 7 down.
Yeah,
it's just something to say. It looked like he was struggling, and he still shot a 7 down. So
Paul McBeth is still Paul. We know he wants these majors more than anybody. So I think avoid taking any Paul overs later this week. Maybe now it's okay. But I think Paul still has a run at this thing. Rick's playing well, Conrad. Because we see these newer names at the top right now, but what makes it a major and what makes disc golf so great in today's age is that you have to do that every round if you want to compete. Oh, wow, you shot a hot round the first round. Congratulations. If you go out and shoot a 3 down, a 4 down, and a 7 down, you're not winning. Like, you can't just do that. So we'll see who can keep it up the entire week. Usually the cream rises to the top at majors.
Yeah. Speaking of
Josh Anton's name was on the leaderboards today. Did you see him?
I love seeing that. Josh Anton always comes out of the woodworks out of nowhere and always shoots
a hot round. Yeah.
It makes no sense.
He just hops out of a van somewhere with his bag of old destroyers and rocks and AVRs and whatever else and just crushes it. So Josh Anton.
One thing I wanted to mention. So we are in a disc golf fantasy league.
Yeah.
The Studs of Twitter Disc Golf Fantasy League, run by Matt Winters. And we're sitting in second right now.
Okay.
Slightly behind OTB Disc, and our whole squad
coming for you.
Our whole squad went off except for one guy, and it's a shame. So here's our team. It's Ricky Wysocki, Andrew Marweed.
Yep.
Mason Ford.
Right. That's right.
Gannon Burr. So out of all those guys, our worst score is a 7 down, and then Brody Smith.
He shot a 4 still, though. It's pretty good.
But the worst part about that is because we didn't originally draft Brody. We drafted Lori Leitonen.
Yeah.
But we needed somebody who was going to be on the tour early, and we forgot to re-pick up Lori. Lori shot an 8 down.
I'm pretty sure Lori got picked up as soon as we dropped him. He got
Did he?
Up.
Dude, it's so brutal. Our worst score would be a 7 down right now. But our team's looking really good this week to potentially take first back. So
watch out. OTB, we coming for you.
Coming for you. Hitting the line. The fantasy pros out here.
We didn't pick our team just like some noobs. So dude, super exciting few days of disc golf to come up. Tomorrow is we don't have students tomorrow. It's a teacher work day. So I'm just gonna have disc golf going on the big touch.
Speaking of students, tell me about, were you teaching the college today?
Yeah, I teach
tell me about that, because I have not heard anything yet.
Oh yeah, I teach disc golf at SOU now, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4:30 to 6:20. Oh, nice. And it has been fun. I've got about 13. I think there's 13 registered for the class, and usually about 11 to 12 of them show up. There's always someone absent, but I've got a bunch of putters and stuff that I had in my classroom at my normal elementary school job. Had those in a backpack and brought them over, and I've got all my students throwing only putters and mids. Like, some kids bought little DX starter packs, so they got their Shark, their AVR, but then I have a backpack full of like Wizards, Challengers, Bangers.
How many people are mind blown at what you're doing with the disc?
I wouldn't say mind blown, but yeah, they're definitely like, today we were playing a few holes at SOU's course, and I like chained out like, a 36 footer because I'm a sweet putter when it doesn't matter. I'm just like, bing, put in this 36 footer, it chains out. They're like, but it's cool to like teach people who really like, most of them had almost no experience, like form from the ground up. It's maybe still not as like serious as I would want the class to be, because they're still just like, all right, these are college kids trying to get an easy pass.
An easy credit, yeah.
And as long as they show up and have fun, they're going to get that credit, you know. But I got them throwing putters. We're watching overthrow disc golf's form videos and doing his drills in class, and disc golf strong warm ups.
You're telling me they give you an actual classroom?
Yeah, dude, I have a classroom, and then we go out to the field across from Market of Choice, and we
bottom floor of the HPE building.
Of the yeah, I guess like the OAL stuff, wherever that is. Yeah, I'm in room 34. You probably had a class in there.
Yeah, and one of my pictures from one of my projects is probably hanging up in that hallway, and I want it back.
Which one is it? I'll steal it for you.
You'll find it. Just look for my name. It's a picture on top of Pilot Rock.
I'll have to look. Okay, because I was
want it.
I was looking for it before, and I didn't see your name, but maybe I didn't. It's a long wall. So yeah. So teaching disc golf to adults has been cool. And it's like, I think in my mind, I'm like, oh, cool. They just had a pretty good field day on Tuesday, practicing their backhands. Let's go out to the course on Thursday, see how them backhands are looking, and go out and it's like, oh no, they're throwing like day one all over. The first 5 classes have like disappeared, but that's okay, because they're just having fun. And I'm trying to teach them the good mechanics and form, but a couple of them are starting to get it. They're throwing their putters. There's this one big red hair dude, big college kid. And he just bombs his putter like really far, like probably farther than me. And he's just got to get he's like literally just got to get his nose down. He throws everything slightly nose up, but he just arms it. But once he learns like good form, he's going to bomb. He's naturally just throwing like 300 feet with bad form, like with like a putter, or like 250 probably at least. And then a couple of them, you know, they don't quite get the whole idea of like letting the disc rip out of your hand yet. And, but I think they'll get there. Teaching college kids disc golf is a lot more fun than teaching little ones disc golf, because them it was like, all right, just be safe, don't hit each other, throw it. But with the adults, I can kind of go a little bit more in depth of like trying to tell them form. Like I said, we're watching form videos, we're doing drills. I'm not like a football coach out there like, give me 15 windmills now, but
you got to bang these 20 footers before you leave.
Yeah. But it was fun. So today we just, because I knew I was going to cut it a little short, I'm like, all right, we're going straight out to the course. We're going to play like 6-7 holes. The one student's like, have you ever gotten a hole in one before? And I was like, one time I got 2 in a round with my brother. Tell him the whole story.
Christmas Day.
Christmas Eve 2019. Let me tell you, before COVID, there was a miracle.
In front of all of the OGs.
In front of all the OGs of Toledo.
You tell him I aced hole 4 there, whatever it is, 3, the shortest one on the course.
I did too. I was like, well, my brother's aced this one, because she was asking about it when we're on hole 3. I've got 2 women in our class, which is cool too. And then it's fun. It's a little extra cash in my pocket, and I would teach disc golf to people for free.
For free, right? Totally.
I have my whole pretty much career playing disc golf. So
nice.
And then signed up for the McConaughey tournament that's coming on. And
you didn't play it last year, did you? It's dope.
You have to give me the beta on the course.
Well, the beta is that it's really fucking tough.
Yeah.
The beta is get all of your birdies on the extra holes. Yeah. They're pretty much just wide open hyzers. And legit, like, you want to go like at least 5 down on the extra holes, and then the rest of the round you're just trying not to lose those 5 strokes. And even is really good there.
Yeah, I saw like even is like really highly rated.
The beta to me is stay at Kangaroo Lake, which is like 20-30 minutes away. It's a beautiful, beautiful lake. You could fish all day there. Tons of rainbow trout. Tons.
Really?
Like,
cool.
Yeah, it's like, to me that's the beta. That's where we seen Hink there. Yeah. So they stayed at Kangaroo Lake too.
It's on.
No, Kangaroo Lake is the spot. You want to be there. It's mine and Jamie's favorite trip we've done so far. So.
Well, that is dope.
Jamie played an all women's tournament last week.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
She took 4th in women's rec out of like 20 people, maybe 14 people. She shot like 40, 60 points above her rating.
Yeah.
So So now she broke that 700 barrier.
There she goes.
So that's dope. And then she signed up for a B tier next weekend. I'm on the wait list. We'll see what happens. That's what's going on. And yeah.
Well, are you able to watch disc golf tomorrow?
Yeah, I work 6 to 1, but I'm gonna watch at work. That's what I do.
Duh.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing.
I know, like today, I'm like doing writing with my kids. today with my students, we're like doing writing, we're doing reading, but I'll go back and just check, the UDisc scores real quick on my computer screen. I'm like, oh, okay, someone's playing.
I got mine
All
going
right.
live in my pocket. I can just hear it playing.
Well, for our listeners out there, we hope you got something. Sorry the episode was not out before the tournament started. Our schedules would not allow it, but that's what's great about Prize Picks is you can play every round is a fresh start. So shout out again to our sponsors, Prize Picks, Till Death Disc Club, and Dark Ace Apparel. Jad, you got anything more for the listeners?
No,
Follow us on Twitter.
Watch live disc golf. And then I think betting at least just a little bit of money on disc golf also makes the sweat that much better. You're paying attention to things that you don't normally pay attention to.
You're seeing stats you might not normally see.
Yeah. So I think it's a lot of fun. Again, use our referral code HTL if you want to bet on some disc golf on prizepicks.com.
And
of
also
course, follow us on
to
social media. Go ahead.
shout out to Statmando.
Yes.
They just do such a good job in general with all stats that, we can go on there and look up head to heads and look up past histories. So head on over to statmando.com if you like disc golf and numbers.
Yes, sir. Follow us on Twitter @_hitting the line. And then you can find me @JDisc44007. And the same thing on TikTok @JDisc44007.
Yeah, and you can find me @HT Nasser on Twitter, HTNASSER. And until next time, we are out of here.
Peace.
Peace.